We're back. Okay, so probably do one more session of this and then we'll switch to Elden Ring. Maybe. Mux wanted to see Elden Ring, so I'm waiting for him to get home. It's like really unnerving. Between the low frame rate and like being crooked, my brain is like, the fuck is going on? I don't know who I would want to give the module to. But I do know that first things first is I'm going to go here. Yeah, the UDO Lab Weapons Terminal Keycard. Where the hell is that? I probably just missed something here. Let's take another look around. There's stairs. Oh my god, I don't think I ever even came up here. Because there was... No, I did. I was just a blind dumbass. Okay. It was there the whole time. Research data! After successful trials, management has decided to put Project Not a Toy on hold. Early results are promising. We've managed to increase the surface tension of the gloop to create a controlled and predictable spread of the substance. Management wants a catchier name, though. I told Powell we're not calling the project Sticky Bits, but he refuses to refer to it as anything else. It doesn't even make sense. The gloop particles are nearly frictionless. Powell and Chastity have started to show interest in the project, which should be good, but their trials seem to be involving covering various hard-to-reach surfaces in gloop and launching expensive equipment at them. I'm gonna have to talk with them. Someone filled my underwear drawer with gloop. I have theories. Chastity used the gloop gun in our office paintball game yesterday. She said it was a mistake, but this is the third time she's made the same mistake, and she managed to cover the door panel with the stuff. Damn thing's been going haywire ever since. Did you know how hard it is to clean gloop? Chastity doesn't, because every time I pull out the latex and solvent, She remembers she's got actual work to do. From now on, I'm locking the damn gun up. Unlock it. Override chairman login. Protect the chairman. Question 2. You are pursuing one of our many UDL personal security mega outlets and enjoying our fine selection of employee compliance equipment. When you are approached by a stranger, he makes an offhanded comment that could be construed as an indirect insult to Chairman Rockwell. What do you do? Berate him relentlessly to defend the chairman's honor. You and your spouse have had a healthy, loving relationship, but one day you discover that they've been reading unsanctioned stories to your children. That's terrible. Which one's the gloop gun? Okay, so this is an electricity gun. So maybe I can switch that with this one. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Okay, who do we want to give this to? Probably the Iconoclasts, because Sanjar wants to rejoin the Corpos, which we don't want to do. We're trying not to help the Corpos.
Disarray level analysis. Utter and total chaos.
Like that, and then let's see. I want to get that up to at least 50 on its own.
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
What do you plan to do with it?
Mount its guns to our walls or the walls of Stellar Bay. The board is coming, Captain, and these weapons will defend us from their blasphemies.
You really think the board is going to attack you?
Why wouldn't they? As we speak, our message assaults their populace through their favorite entertainment mediums. Surely their retaliation will come soon.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it to him.
At last. Now we must secure the Stellar Bay landing pad. We will fortify the city against the Board's assault.
I'm all for fighting the Board and all, but... Oh, shit. Just don't shoot too many of my drinking buddies in there, all right?
And you, Captain. Are you prepared?
I don't suppose you could work with him rather than against him.
No. Our hearts have long since closed to one another. He is blinded by his love for bureaucracy. Time is of the essence, Captain. Be swift with your decision.
But didn't there like a quest I could turn it over here too? Or did we not do it? Doors are hard, guys. Doors are hard.
Hey, Captain. Any thoughts on that errand we talked about? Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, but information's good too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, it'd give a lot of people around here some closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for the Taros.
Okay, so I did actually have to take it. So then we'll go back this way.
Unit's air purity sensors are indicating a...
Okay, and then, probably the closest place. Okay, that's actually cool.
Reminder, lying in the dirt is unsanitary.
Clean sight texture, industrial stain.
Boom! I mean, didn't go overly well, but could have gone worse. I didn't die. Enter code.
Hell of a job.
Fair amount of money in here. Messages. Tunnel Terminals are in, cables are laid. Devil's Peak is receiving, but we're waiting on signal confirmation from the outpost. This whole place stinks of sulfur. We should have brought masks. I'm sure I heard something in the caverns beneath the tower. Something's living there. Here's hoping we don't unsettle it, or else that place ain't gonna be safe for our cable guys. We've got signal from Amber Heights, Stellar Bay, and Cascadia. Still waiting on word from Bayside Terrace and Aurora Ridge. I ought to note that I was right about those caverns. They ain't safe. Some kind of, hell, I don't know, a big thing with claws. I ain't an animal scientist. Can't wait to get the hell off this rock. Work order UDL 211 has been completed. The substation will now be disabled and closed off. It should be noted that the lead engineer, Franklin Walkowicz, has perished due to a workplace accident involving hostile wildlife in the Devil's Peak Caverns. It should be further noted that Mr. Walkowicz's complaints regarding the dangers of the Terra 1 wildlife have been redacted. That's a retreat thing. Gonna die for this damn fool, Aaron. I know it. He said Amber Heights was gonna have more bits than we can spend, but those suited morons up and spent it all for us. Books and vases and pretty shit. Can't eat a fucking book. Look at us now. Of all the closets to coop up in and lick our wounds, we had to choose the one that's set to lock itself up. Feel like a marauder digging at the walls like this, but we gotta get out before we starve. It ain't possible, but Nelson over there is trying to keep our spirits up, and I don't got the energy to fight him on it. Screw that Brian fella. Eyes bigger than his fucking stomach. Alright. Hang on, I'm just gonna... Alright, just trying to let Mux know to let me know when he might be home so I can plan my switch to Elden Ring. Alright. I mean... Is there anything else here? I don't think so. Like, it doesn't look like it. All the other doors are boarded up. Yeah. Let's go here, though. Because I want to ask Sanjar what he's gonna do with the thing. Although I'm pretty sure it's gonna be... rejoin the board, which we don't want. God damn it. I gotta see if I can get a little bit of this moisturizer out. Hang on. There we go. It's like almost empty, but there's still a little bit in there. There we go. Ow, that hurts. Trying to get it out, though. My hands are a lot better than they were, though, so... As long as it actually starts warming up... Cold air, like, gets so dry that it destroys my hands.
Detecting unclean, sulfuric-steeped presence within the immediate vicinity. Again.
Live on Monarch a few years, and gets under your skin. And your blood.
If the Iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful Monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet? I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the Iconoclasts.
Why do you need it?
Well, because the module controls the weapons systems.
But why do you need the weapon systems?
Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again. Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon.
I don't see how UDL is going to let you keep their toys.
The board's own salvage and recovery clause 32B would say differently.
And they won't dare challenge us over this. Not after the data you found on their experiments here.
Okay, enough about the gunship.
Good, because we haven't a moment to lose.
Would you agree to a truce with the Iconoclasts?
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
I read your review, Sandra. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon.
Oh, God.
I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
People who wrote your reviews are the same type of people you'll deal with on the board.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Perhaps you have a point. Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The Iconoclasts are not the most...
Not Graham, the chick.
sorts.
How did things get so bad?
Oh, how do these things ever start? Once upon a time, Graham and I saw the same problems with MSI. A rigid corporate structure with no regard for its people. But, where I wanted to reform MSI, he only wanted to take it apart. As if starving in the wilderness is somehow better than starving under corporate mismanagement. He won't hear reason now, and I wouldn't trust him again.
Well, what about Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
I already found it.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
I wasn't expecting to say this, but if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting, I'd be willing to discuss terms.
Okay. So then we'll go back here.
Vacuum pack full. Emptying sack and replacing filter now.
Welcome back. You find anything out there?
Found a box of data cartridges.
Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's... a letter. Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes.
He caused the attack.
Yeah. He did. He really did. I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live? Look, I need to think. Plan. Figure out if I should talk to him or shoot him. Or both. Just don't give him the module yet. Give me a little time. I'll meet you at his place. Go take a walk, Captain. I'll find you once my head's on straight.
Okay.
Go take a walk, Captain.
Can I, like, sleep? If I sleep, will that do it?
Fuck's sake. I'm gonna lose my one.
Or do I just have to leave and then come back in? Well, how you doing?
On the go!
This thing's hard to aim. It makes them fly. How you doing?
Incoming!
Clean, mean, and ready to kill germs.
I don't have, I don't use any standard bots anymore. I only use my custom bot, and we don't have, like, commands or anything up. I think if you click your name, though, Twitch will tell you. Like, when you've started following. I am, like, oh god. So much. I see that you've been following me for a long time. A lot has been going on. A lot has been going on. I'm living in the States now, currently working with a lawyer who I need to call and just make sure they've got everything okay on, my PR. Married. Pregnant. Streaming full-time and, trying to working up to some Blender and 3D commissions because, you know, I can't work traditionally right now. A lot of changes with you, and my audio is amazing. Oh, I mean, probably since the last time you watched, like, I'm on a 2 PC setup right now. I've switched over to the Razer Ripsaw HD capture card. I've got an Elgato Wavelength mic, although we probably want to change that eventually, like Stream Deck. A higher quality camera. We got a spotlight now, like, there's been a lot of changes in terms of the stream as well, so a lot of changes with you too. You're a retail supervisor, you escape fast food, and you're able to treat your bad heart and insomnia. Nice! Keep that just in case. Without synthetic drugs. I mean, I take medication if I need to, but... I mean, right now I can't take anything really other than Tylenol, so either way. So, but, I mean, my mental health stuff has just been a lot better since moving here with Mux anyways, so overall, things are a lot better. Essentially, my hope is to never do basic retail again. I don't think I really need that. Like, we're actually hoping that I can just be like a stay-at-home mom and housewife while doing the streaming and like freelance and commission work with Blender. How do I like the States? It's actually like a really interesting question because a lot of people asked. A lot of people actually ask because Canada is like notorious for, you know, having free healthcare, whereas the States isn't. But what's actually really interesting is looking, like, first off, that aside, where I am right now, I'm in northern Indiana, like kind of near Chicago. Everything is almost the exact same as where I was in Ontario. So I was kind of near the Great Lakes in Ontario. I'm near one of the Great Lakes now. The climate is almost the exact same. The ecology is almost the exact same. There's more possums and a few different birds, and that's pretty much the only difference. We're also kind of more in a rural area, which I much preferred being in the city, which is where I was living previously. But yeah, because I am the pregnant wife of a full American citizen, I actually have more free healthcare here than I did in Canada. So here, at least in this state, in Indiana, the healthcare provided for pregnant women is like phenomenal. Essentially, like, I get free dental, free medical, free mental health care. Any prescriptions they prescribe for me are fully covered for the most part. Like, they want me to do glucose testing for the pregnancy. And we got like the reader, the strips, and the stickers for like $2. Was all we had to pay out of pocket. And it's just preventative, so like nothing seems to be wrong. There's no indication of anything wrong, but it's just preventative because there were some potential risk factors. But yeah, dental, medical, mental health care, like everything is like amazing. So again, it's, I don't know, everybody seems to expect that I will have gone through this huge culture shock or something like that, but it's really not. It's pretty much the exact same. Pretty much the exact same. Don't let you interrupt me. I mean, that's what I'm here, is to chat with people. But yeah, no, it's pretty much the exact, honestly, it's almost the exact same as Canada, like. I actually find it interesting when people seem like super shocked that I came here from Canada, or that I call things relatively the same. So, but yeah, no, just everything's pretty much the same.
Captain,
except I'm better off because
Graham's got the right idea.
You know, I'm with my other, so
I don't even think he's motivated by philosophism anymore. I think he's just guilt-ridden.
You think everywhere the general public is down to earth, media and statistics skew our perceptions. Well, and it's like
over and over it in my head, and the only way I see the
I know that there's gonna be like
depose him.
We must talk about it sometimes, and it's like there are gonna be some bad areas and all that kind of stuff. Like, and there's, you know, some states or some communities are gonna be more extreme in one way or another. But I mean, where I am right now, Like, everybody's really nice. We've had multiple times where we've been out shopping and people see that we just have a couple of items and they'll skip like 2-3 people ahead so that we don't have to wait, you know? Like, we've got people that have stopped to say that we look adorable together. Like, everybody's been helpful. I think we've only had one incident where somebody said something that was like just weird. But like, example, divorce is X% wherever, just a general example, and you've seen tons of happy married couples. Like, yeah, like, it's not, yeah, I don't know. I just, whenever people bring it up, it's always like, yeah, I mean, technically, not everybody qualifies for the free healthcare in the US. I know that. But what people, I think, outside of Canada, or at least outside of Ontario, don't realize is that healthcare in Ontario is not that great. All you get is like your basic routine, and basic diagnostic services. So, for example, when I was having my, when it came up about like the weird numb spot on my leg, like they did do a full MRI and everything like that. But if you have mental health problems, fuck no. Dental, not covered. Optometry, I think, is only covered every like 2 or 5 years or something like that. You get like one exam as an adult. Medication, no medication coverage. And then on top of that, one small thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if this is everywhere in the States, but they get you in Canada because none of the hospitals have free parking, like anywhere. There's, I think, limited free parking, or you can get like a voucher if you go to the ER. But aside from that, it's paid parking. Whereas here, you know, like we're going to hospitals and clinics and all that kind of stuff for like the pregnancy. And then I had something that was like a minor potential complication. So I've been going to a couple of hospitals for some diagnostic stuff and all that kind of stuff. That's why I'm doing the glucose testing. And just like, even just for like the regular routine ultrasounds and all that kind of stuff. And the parking's all been free. So again, yeah, I think it's all kind of, it's that whole idea of the grass always looks greener on the other side. So, now that said, I think it's mostly just that it's the pregnancy coverage that's really good here. Like essentially I get the top tier state coverage that usually has a little bit of an extra cost to it for free, like completely free, because I'm pregnant. And I think that lasts for like a year after birth. But either way, it's like I don't use the doctors a lot. So, but yeah, no, like I just think that it's not as bad as a lot of people think. Just gonna kind of depend on where you are. Okay, I'm with you. Let's go talk to him.
Okay. Deep breaths. This is what's best, Sora.
I mean, for me, it didn't really matter where I was. It was just kind of about me and Mux finally being together and getting to start everything together, you know? So. And it just made more sense to do it here.
You must be back with the access codes to our new ship.
Graham, we need to talk.
We have work to do. This isn't the time for one of our spats.
Healthcare for military veterans is unorganized. Well, and that's like, again, I know that like Mux, this is something that Mux has made like pretty clear to me too, is that especially like the healthcare aspect in the States, it supposedly varies greatly depending on where you live. So stand down, Graham.
Stand down? I'm afraid I don't understand, Captain.
You're running the Iconoclast into the ground. And I don't believe it'll get better after we
But yeah,
take
no, I
Stellar
mean,
Bay.
in short,
The troops take orders from
it's
me
the exact
already, and
same,
you've
but with slightly better healthcare
brought me
for
as far as
me,
you can
at
down
least
the
while I'm
eternal path.
pregnant, and
Time to
more
step down.
possums.
The troops. Listen to you.
That's how
This
I
isn't
always
an
explain
army.
it to
They aren't
people.
Soldiers. They're believers. Followers. They pick up a gun because you tell them to, not because they want to. And you, Captain, after all you've done for me, for us, you throw behind this mutinous blasphemer?
I do. She's got the best interests of the iconoclast at heart.
I built this movement from the ground up. I've brought freedom to Monarch, and all these years later, we're still free.
Mux should be back soon, so
joined
next
because I
break we'll probably
believed that
switch
you were in
to
it for the
Elden Ring.
Iconoclasts. That you wanted nothing more than to bring freedom to Halcyon. That you were selfless. But I know the truth now, Graham. I know what happened in Amber Heights. You didn't start this movement because you wanted to save us. You wanted to save yourself.
No.
Those deaths are on your hands.
I've spent years atoning for my sins. I've studied, meditated, taught. I built the Iconoclasts so that any man could cast away his past for a fresh start.
You can't get coverage for some stuff because you had it before
Needed a
you
fresh
joined? Yeah,
start?
that's kind of shit.
After all those innocent lives? I'm sorry. I believed in you once. I did. But it's over. Stand down.
I won't. What happened back then was a mistake, and the colony has moved on. This is my movement. These are my people. If you want to lead them, you'll have to kill me.
That isn't necessary.
Please. Don't make me do this, Graham.
If this is where my path ends, I accept it. But as long as I draw breath, I will not abandon them.
So be it.
Incoming!
I don't. Whoa. How did flamethrower tear off his arms, legs, and head?
Well, Captain, here we are. Killed a lot of people in the name of the Iconoclast.
You have a permanent
Never
neurological
feels right.
handicap that the military made
This
made
time
worse.
it's especially wrong. You've got the... Void help me. I'll never remember what that thing is called. The device from the ship. Do you have it?
Hold on, I was thinking you and Sanjar could join forces.
I've thought about it, but I think we're too far gone. Pulling Carlotta's support was crossing a line.
Your people have suffered long enough, you could put a stop to that.
Yeah, by taking the city. Once we're inside, I'll... Damn. Look at me. I've got blinders on. I don't know what the hell we're going to do. None of us even know how to run a fishing boat. All right. If he's willing to talk, I'll give him a chance.
I've already spoken to him, he's agreed to meet.
Well then. I've got to prepare a few just-in-case measures. But when you're ready, let's meet at the old OSI church outside Stellar Bay.
Okay.
Rising.
Bouncy, bouncy.
Concentrated amount of scum present ahead.
Hey.
Okay,
coming.
let's see if we can...
I wish I'd had more time to prepare a proper analysis on the costs and benefits of your proposed union, but I suppose we'll have to improvise.
That's the spirit.
Gotta admit, I really thought I was walking into a trap here. I'm ready.
If it were, I wouldn't be standing here all vulnerable like.
Let's see if we can get them to work
Sergeant.
together.
Stellar Bay's got food and walls. And my people need both. If you'll have us, we're willing to share the space.
Do you have any idea what that would cost? Why, drawing up the budget alone is going to take weeks.
What if the Iconoclast just supported your supply lines?
Not good enough. I need to move a fair amount of my people into the city. We need shelter, Captain.
After disability examination, saying no, they randomly schedule you for a disability examination months later, but they didn't say for which. Even if unprofessional, it could be that they were reassessing and they were... I mean, I don't know if you had the second one, but it could be that they reassessed or something. Or maybe, like, there was an audit. I don't know. I really don't know, because I don't know anything about veteran affairs, unfortunately, so... That does suck, though. I'm not saying live outside, just help out in the wilderness once in a while.
Suppose some of our healthier folk could offer aid. Some of us need to stay in the city proper, though.
Well, I'll be damned. If you two can work together, maybe there's some hope for this place after all.
Truly a compromise? I'm not sure I'd ever have heard as much from Graham.
Graham was a murderous fiend, and I'd be shocked if you didn't already know that.
Something tells me Sanjar didn't know.
This feels like one of those times when everyone at headquarters
Am I
but me
a
is
Fallout
laughing at
fan?
something, but
I have never
you
played any of the
two
Fallout
aren't laughing.
Fallout games yet.
Amber Heights, you haulhead. 10 years ago, Graham had all those people killed.
Before streaming, I was almost more strictly like
That's not
fantasy
possible. Even
genre
for him, that's going too far.
in terms of like no matter what kind of like no matter what kind of genre of gameplay I played, I usually kind of stuck more to fantasy-based stuff. It was only really when streaming that I really started opening up what I played. If I enjoy Outer Worlds, I'd probably enjoy Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. My thoughts on Outer Worlds are that I don't hate it, but I find the combat a little too simple, if that makes sense. Like, to me, it almost feels very much like Mass Effect Andromeda, but with slightly gimped combat. But I don't know if it's just the way that I'm playing or not. Like, I'm kind of wishing I had actually played on, like, the hardest difficulty that added the survival mechanic. Because I feel like I might have enjoyed that more. But I do have access to several Fallout games, though, through PlayStation Plus Extra, which Mux got me for Christmas. It's just a matter kind of how many of those games will I be able to play once the baby's born. Because we don't know how many story games I'll be able to do. So. We found correspondences between him and the pirates.
But that means... I had no idea, I swear. Look, we were both
Right now, because I'm streaming full-time, I'm usually doing 2 story games at once. So I'm going to be starting Elden Ring next, like this afternoon probably. And
You
then
can't take bureaucrats at their word. You back
once
someone into
this
a
is
corner like this,
done,
and
I'm
they'll say anything
doing
to get out of it.
a game on the Xbox 360, assuming I can get it to work. And find like my controller and everything, called Enchanted Arms. Sandra, you're a leader. That means taking responsibility.
Very well. I suppose my ignorance is no excuse. I knew Graham for years. I should have done my due diligence and known exactly who I was working with. Surely you know what that's like.
Yeah, I do. Okay, if you're willing to house and supply some of us, I'll have our more capable soldiers help out.
Glad to hear it. I'm hopeful about this alliance.
As am I. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure lowering already.
Thanks for coming out, Sanjar. Guess I'll see you at Stellar Bay.
Gotta be honest, Captain. Never thought I'd see the day. You've done a good thing for Monarch here.
Good. Did I ever even come in here? Because I don't remember these dead people. I don't even know if that put anything in my inventory. I'm guessing I didn't come in here because... I just took that Skelly man's hat. No, I've thought about trying to check out Fallout at some point. There are so many games on my list, though. Like, there's so many that I want to do ahead of that. So it might be a bit... All right. So, okay, guys, I'm going to go stretch my legs, though, and see if it looks like Mux is back. And then I'm probably going to switch, though, to Elden Ring next. So, hold tight, guys, and I will be right back.